Aloha! This is lesson 42 from A Course in Miracles with Hope Johnson. God is my strength, vision is his gift. The idea for today combines two very powerful thoughts, both of major importance. It also sets forth a cause and effect relationship that explains why you cannot fail in your efforts to achieve the goal of the Course. You will see because it is the will of God. It is his strength, not your own, that gives you power. And it is his gift, rather than your own, that offers vision to you. God is indeed your strength, and what he gives is truly given. This means that you can receive it anytime and anywhere, wherever you are, and in whatever circumstance you find yourself. Your passage through time and space is not at random. You cannot but be in the right place at the right time. Such is the strength of God. Such are his gifts. We will have 2 3 to 5 minute practice periods today. One as soon as possible after you wake, and another as close as possible to the time you go to sleep. It is better, however, to wait until you can sit quietly by yourself at a time when you feel ready than it is to be concerned with the time as such. Begin these practice periods by repeating the idea for today slowly, with your eyes open, looking about you. Then close your eyes and repeat the idea again, even slower than before. After this, try to think of nothing except thoughts that occur to you in relation to the idea for the day. You might think, for example, vision must be possible. God gives truly. Or, God's gifts to me must be mine because he gave them to me. Any thought that is clearly related to the idea for today is suitable. You may, in fact, be astonished at the amount of course-related understanding some of your thoughts contain. Let them come without censoring unless you find your mind is merely wandering and you have let obviously irrelevant thoughts intrude. You may also reach a point where no thoughts at all seem to come to mind. If such interferences occur, open your eyes and repeat the thought once more while looking slowly about. Close your eyes, repeat the idea once more, and then continue to look for related thoughts in your mind. Remember, however, that active searching for relevant thoughts is not appropriate for today's exercises. Try merely to step back and let the thoughts come. If you find this difficult, it is better to spend the practice period alternating between slow repetitions of the idea with eyes open, then with eyes closed, than it is to strain to find suitable thoughts. There is no limit on the number of short practice periods that would be beneficial today. The idea for the day is a beginning step in bringing thoughts together and teaching you that you are studying a unified thought system in which nothing is lacking that is needed, and nothing is included that is contradictory or irrelevant. The more often you repeat the idea during the day, the more often you will be reminding yourself that the goal of the Course is important to you and that you have not forgotten it. God is my strength, vision is his gift. So learning not to rely on your own little strength that you gave yourself, which is the strength with which you've been interpreting the world. This is the kind of strength, or you could say weakness, that makes the world look insane, mean, angry, bad, fearful, all of those kinds of things. But with God as your strength, knowing that His vision is the only vision you want, that's the only way you would like to look upon the world, things will start to glow for you. The whole world will start to glow. All of the people, all the things within it. And whatever gifts God gives you are already yours. It's just that you're blocking them in favor of making something out to be harmful or bad for you.
So you mean that in making that harmful, we are relying on our own strength.
That's correct, which is really weakness. See, we don't even really have our own strength. We've been listening to the ego and building this thing that thinks it knows what it's looking at. We can't make sense of anything here, really. Only God's vision can help us make sense of it, because it reveals to us the love that we are and the love that everyone is coming to us with, and how blessed we are to find ourselves in whatever circumstances we do find ourselves now, because that's how God works. It's the resistance to what seems to be that makes us unable to hear the voice for God.
It's a great relief to lean into this thought.
Yeah. Look at how many thoughts run around telling you things aren't right.
Right.
See, that's weakness. That's the voice for weakness. We don't have to do anything. There's nothing to do here. It's just being in love. Remaining in love allows everything to be seen as it's meant to be seen, with God's vision. So repeating this to ourselves throughout the day demonstrates how much we really want it. We can see how much we really want it. Do we want the vision that God would give to us, or do we want our own arrogant sight on the world?
Yeah, one other thing that it kind of feels like it does for me is, if a certain perception of sleepiness is arising, repeating this thought, what it does is it kind of like makes me aware of, let's say, me who's looking at the sleepiness. So it creates a little bit of a distance.
Yes.
And then, like, in that sense, I recognize that is where the strength lies, that is where the vision lies. Instead of succumbing to the sleepiness, whether it is the sleepiness of the physical body or mental stream of thoughts.
Yes.
We recognize our own, we could say, our own godliness, our own awareness, to look at it, to shine light on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
God's vision blesses everything we seem to see. Whatever we think we're looking at in this world, it's not even there. But God's vision is a blessing on it. And that blessing on it undoes the underlying cause of perceiving it. It's the roots of why we would be perceiving something that God did not create. So because we're perceiving something God did not create, automatically there's resistance. That's the ego's way.
Right.
With the God's vision, everything that we seem to see, even though it's not there, it gets blessed. And that's why it reveals to us only love. It reflects back only love, because that's what we gave it. The world only has, and that includes our body and personality, only has the interpretation we give it, because it's not existing. So God's interpretation put on everything makes everything lovely, and it feels good. It's happy. It makes us happy. That's the only thing that can make us happy. When we look on the world and go, okay, this isn't right, this isn't right, this isn't right, I want it to be this way, we're dreaming that could make us happy. But it's never going to, because all the roads in the world go to the same place. Basically hell. We're making hell. We're making hell, or we're allowing heaven to come through us. The way I've been seeing it lately is kind of like allowing this form, this body and this personality to be like God's paintbrush, right? Repainting the world in a different way than what we've made it. And so then it's like everything, the innocent mind doesn't look on anything guilty. Everything shines with the glory of God, and everyone gets blessed. We wouldn't try to convince anyone that they're anything less than holiness.
Yeah, in a way, to me, it feels like that it's all these thoughts help in like shifting the identity from placed in ego to be placed kind of like behind it.
Yes.
Where we truly are.
Yes.
And then all of like going through this process of dreaming again and again, it helps with that discernment more and more.
Yes.
That with the ego again, the dream is beginning to create this future projection about where the happiness could be.
That's right.
But then when we repeat this thought to ourselves, in the moment we experience having our identity being shifted back again.
Yes.
And the realization of happiness just there, then and there in that moment.
That's right.
Instead of dreamt in future. And that's what we really want.
Yes.
Happiness now.
Yes.
Not happiness in future.
Right. And see, when we accept the happiness now, and we accept that release right now, that's what's actually making future, so-called future. But it's also collapsing time. So that's why it becomes a happy dream. So that sense of happiness right now is making the future, and it's also collapsing time. So that's why the dream gets so lovely, becomes so lovely as it's shortening.
Yeah, one other way to say this is if there is happiness now,
Yes.
then that moment is repeating into future. It's kind of like it's sliding into future with that same knowing.
Yes.
So happiness now is like a continuous experience.
Yes.
If there is projection now, then that is the continuous. So we never really reached the place
Right.
where there would be happiness because it is a projection continuum now in every moment.
Right. It just keeps on making us sadder. That's why it leads to depression.
Right.
Yeah. So there's a part in this lesson that says, while you're searching your mind, this is only 3 to 5 minutes twice a day. It's not that long, so you're watching for this sleepiness where, one, you might not perceive any thought. So it's saying, okay, open your eyes again and repeat the idea again. God is my strength, vision is his gift, right? So that you can see the thoughts, because this is a mind training program. It's great to have silence too. However, this program is for taking thoughts to the truth. So while another thought comes in that's irrelevant, you use kind of like an effort, a mental effort, to see, okay, I want to go back to having thoughts that relate to God is my strength, vision is his gift, and not allowing any other kind of interference, including silence, because it's only 3 to 5 minutes.
Right.
Yay.
Yeah, instead of mind training, kind of like the word mind purification program.
Yeah, that's good too. Yeah. It's teaching you how to think with the Holy Spirit, thinking with the thoughts God gave you,
Right.
rather than your own thoughts that you made up with the ego. And that's all we really want. So once we discover I would have no other thoughts besides the Holy Spirit's thoughts, there's nothing can threaten your happiness ever again. And you'll know that. You'll be certain of that nothing can affect your happiness ever again, because this is you making a choice.
Right.
So hooray.
Hooray.
Have a beautiful and potent practice today. We love you. Ahui ho.